Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly here, and welcome to or welcome back to the Toy Box. This is a doll and toy themed YouTube channel meant for adult collectors like myself. With that being said, today's unboxing is going to be of G3 Nefera Nile. I don't have too much to say today before we get into the box, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been here with me. I know that I am not the most consistent with uploads. This channel is a passion project of mine, and sometimes it is a little bit harder than others to find passion for it. As I've said before, I have a full-time job outside of this. I don't make any money off of this channel as of yet, and I have multiple chronic illnesses, so sometimes I just don't have the energy and or time to film. I really do my best to get content out for you guys because I love doing it, and I love getting the chance to talk to you and in the comments and everything else. So again, thank you so much for those of you who have been here for a while. And again, I look forward to continuing to try and get uploads out there for you. With that being said, I think it's about time that we go ahead and just get her open because, like I said, I don't have too much to say today. So thank you. So here we are on the desk with Nefera. Now, I will say I have had her for a while. I did buy her as soon as she was available. And so I do know that the box is now changing, or at least from what I understand, any like currently printed ones are slightly different box presentation, but this is how the one that I have has, because it has the 80th logo up here for Mattel, a Monster High here on the side, and Nefera Nile here on the front with Draculaura and Claudine behind her. Interesting choice. I don't know why they didn't put Cleo behind her, but you know, because there was a Cleo in this collection because this is the core refresh. So it's kind of interesting that they have her almost replacing Cleo, because Cleo's not even in the back here with the other dolls from the core refresh. So this is kind of designed like how Cleo's box would be with the 4 in the back and then Cleo up front, but instead it's Nefera. So that's an interesting choice. It says Nefera Nile, monster type, heart of gold mummy, monster must-haves, hieroglyphic handbag, and lotus water, and monster pet is lavish, which looks to be like a scarab, which I think is really cute. So, but yeah, there's the back. Here are her symbols on the side. So we have her purse, the Eye of Horus. We have what looks like some scorpion earrings, a jewel, a computer, a large scorpion, another jewel, her shoes, and a pair of sunglasses. And then on this side, it just says Monster High. Fairly simple, the same kind of design that we had previously with the open back. Now, I do know that we've now transitioned to blister packaging, but this still has the original style because, again, this is from Core Refresh 1, and we are now on Core Refresh 2, so you can tell that this is a little bit of an older one. But you guys did vote that this was the doll you wanted to see open. If you guys are interested in helping decide what videos come out next on the channel, don't forget to go to the community tab on my page. I will always have, or I currently always have, a poll running of what doll I'm going to unbox next out of my backlog. As I've said before, if I get like brand new dolls that just came out, those will automatically come as the next video. And so the poll sometimes will sit there for a little bit if I'm getting a lot of new videos, or if, again, I'm just having a period where I'm not filming a lot. So just always keep an eye out for the current poll. And of course, thank you to those who have been voting. It's incredibly helpful. Anyway, with that being said, I think it's about time to go ahead and get her unboxed. Okay, so we now have Nefera here on the desk. I have all of her accessories in front of her that we'll go over in a moment. And I also brought down Cleo so we could kind of do a size comparison. Because I don't actually have an original like G1 style Nefera, but I do know that G1 Nefera had the big sister body as opposed to the regular body that Cleo had. So I'm curious to see how different they did the Nefera and Cleo bodies in this generation to make them look like older and younger siblings. So for her accessories, we have a handbag here. It has a large beetle on the front with a wingspan, and then it kind of looks like plants growing down here. And we can kind of see that on the back, as well as kind of like a mummy wrap design. It does open. The handle is a separate piece. It is attached securely though. I can't like pull it out, but it is molded separately because it is fully gold, and it is made out of a two-headed snake, or actually it's more like it's a snake with the tails wrapped together to create the handle. We have her drink bottle, which has hieroglyphs around the bottom, and then it says Horus here on the top and has mummy wraps around it. I do believe it's meant to look like a Stanley. Then we have her snack that says scarabs and has beetles all over it, scarab puffs, sorry, and has chili lime with faces on them. We have her phone. Here is her screen, if I held it the right way. It looks to me like she is texting Cleo, and she's asking her, will I see you tonight? And she's saying, no, I'm hanging out with my friends, Dracula, Laura, Frankie, and Claudine. And then she's like, heartbroken. That's what it looks like to me. Like in like a cutesy, like sister way, like, you know, like dead, not in like an actual, like upset way. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because maybe it's meant to be something totally different, but if you guys know, please let me know. But that is how I'm interpreting that.
While I'm editing, now I'm looking at it, I kind of see it as also possibly being in a positive form of, I see you tonight, with like an exclamation point. So she's excited about it. And then Cleo's saying, yes, and my friends will also be there. And then she's like, okay, yay. So you could kind of interpret it different ways, but that's the other possibility that I'm seeing now that I notice the exclamation point as opposed to a question mark.
We have her sunglasses, which are these kind of like clear purple with the snake biting the corner. I think is really cool. That kind of makes the cat eye shape. And here is the side with a jewel here right up near the eye. And then we have what I believe to be mummy pita chips, maybe? So my molding is weird. Do you see that? It's like not sat all the way down in the plastic, but it is fully secure. Like I can't remove it. I don't know what's going on with that, but I guess these are supposed to be pita chips. So here is the laptop. It is a jewel shape with the skelet on the front. And then if we open it up inside, we do have some images here. It says boutique, so it looks like she is doing some online shopping for some accessories. And then down here we have her keypad, which is actually textured. I'm not sure if it's a separate piece. I think it might just be painted black on top, but you can feel all the individual keys. It doesn't click or anything like that, which actually would be really cool, but it is separately raised, so it's not just printed on. And then lastly, we have her pet Lavish. It is a turquoise beetle that does appear to have some mummy wrap designs on it as well. And gold horns, gold antennae, sorry. Gold teeth, and a gold collar. Quite cute. Very large for a beetle though, but very, very cute. I love all the G3 pets. They do a great job with them. All right, so now we're going to back up a little bit. I will show you Nefera with her sunglasses on, because I always forget to do that at the end. And then we'll go ahead and look at her. We'll start down here with her shoes. So she does have black wrappings that go all the way up to about mid-calf and have a nice little like tie off here. I think that's really cute. She does have some painting here on her shoes that does appear to be maybe like a purple flower. And then if we look down here in the gold, it's kind of hieroglyphs of the same flower with then some snakes molded into the heels. And some more almost lily-like designs here on the back of the heel. She does have mummy wrapping here on her right side, which if we look at Cleo, is actually the opposite. And the same is said for their arms. So you can see Cleo's is on her right and Nefera's is on her left. So I think that's pretty neat. And then up here we have what appears to be two separate pieces. So we have her skirt and top, as well as it appears a separated sleeve on this side, but a connected sleeve on this side. I did take off her belt so that we could see her outfit. So she has a gold belt with more purple printing on it. I'm glad to see that they actually gave her some extra colors in parts of her design. That's really nice. I like the kind of V shape that it gives us here, with then the 3 chains hanging off the bottom and 2 more jewels hanging from the bottom of that. I really love the jewel tones that they gave her, this like blue and purple. It is wrapped around her waist, as well as has a little bit that's going up here over her shoulder. On her skirt, we have some mummy wrappings and more of that almost flower-like design, and then some colorful pyramids down here. And the design does go around to the back, but is only printed on the one half. The other half is black. This part is connected, but it does lift up to make it look like a separate layer, as well as this part being fully attached on the front and back, but again, very flowy. And then for her top, it is mostly black. We have a mesh sleeve on this side and then a detached mesh sleeve on this side. She has a gold snake jewelry piece around her arm here, which is very nice because it kind of holds up this faux sleeve, which is a bit longer than the other. So as you can see, it goes almost to her wrist, where on this side, it just goes to her elbow, but has some gold wrappings around it that kind of dangle, kind of similar to the tassels on Cleo's original outfit, and actually kind of similar to the tassels on her core refresh. So they did make their outfits very kind of matching. You can also see that Cleo has a snake on her leg as opposed to Nefera's snake up here on her arm. Then she is wearing thick gold bracelets. They are, again, that solid clip, so you do have to take their hands on and off in order to remove the bracelets, which again, I much prefer because they're harder to lose that way. Then her necklace is a purple snake that is wrapped around twice, it appears. I really like this design. It's super cute and very light. I don't know how easily it comes on and off, but I'm not going to test it because I don't want to worry about losing it. Right now it is rubber banded pretty nicely in place. And then up here we have her gold scorpion earrings that kind of stick out to the side, which I really like that. It makes them stand out. And then we go up to her hair. It is the same kind of colors as the wrappings that she has, except I would say a little bit greener. But so she has this like green tone within this purple and black braid here at the top and gold tinsel throughout. Her hair is held up in a high pony, again with this like purple section here braided in. And on the other side, it is just a regular purple streak, and it's all being held up by a large gold cuff with a scorpion on it. As for her face, it is absolutely gorgeous. She has these turquoise lips, which are very unique, and I really like them a lot. She has very high cheekbones, and a little star on this side, and then the eye design on this side. Now, let's see. Okay. So she does have the eye that is opposite of Cleo's. I believe that one of them represents one god and one represents another god, but I know the Eye of Horus is one of them, but I cannot remember what the other one is. But again, I believe that each, like, depending on the direction of the eye is dependent on which god it represents. So again, forgive me for not knowing that off the top of my head. If you guys know, please let me know in the comments down below. I may look it up for myself later, but as of this moment of filming, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm like 99% sure that they represent two different deities. So anyway, she has a light yellow underliner and then more of that turquoise here in the upper eyelid, and then purple eyeshadow on as well. And then she has light purple eyes with kind of a gold accent in them. Her catch light seemed to just be the shine similar to the one on her cheek. So that is our Nefera head to toe. And as we went through, I kind of did show you the comparisons to Cleo. Let me just go ahead and put her belt back on. But I do really like that they gave her her own defined style, but still, again, matches a lot of the things with Cleo. They kind of have a similar aesthetic, as they should. So I really think they did a good job with that. And I like that they made Nefera a little bit darker than Cleo, so they're not exactly identical to each other, just with different body types. We'll go ahead and stand them up so we can see the difference. So I took their shoes off and then put both of them in as much of a like neutral standing pose as I could. And as you can see, Nefera is just slightly taller than her. I do almost feel like they both have very similar, without taking their clothes all the way off, they both have very similar body types, where they're a little bit slimmer in the waist and then a little bit wider in the legs. So I feel like they did go for the same kind of like body type. They just made Nefera a little bit taller. But again, she is also a little bit darker in skin tone, and all of her mummy wraps are mirrored to Cleo's. All right, because it was going to bother me, I went ahead and looked it up. And so she has the Eye of Ra, and then Cleo with the opposite eye would be the Eye of Horus. Which is kind of funny because I was like, maybe it is Horus because that's what's on her cup, but she does have the, like I said, she has the Eye of Ra, and then she has the Eye of Horus. Anyway, I digress. I want to go ahead and do final thoughts on Nefera. I think she is absolutely gorgeous. I love the coloration that they did for her. The giant beetle for a pet, stunning. Great. Like I love all the pets in G3, but like I think this is just so clever. Just having literally, like I said, just literally a giant scarab for her pet. Amazing. Her hair coloration is absolutely beautiful. The sculpt that they did for her face is gorgeous. Again, I love the way that they kind of worked in her outfit to be very similar to Cleo's without being like redundant. I don't know, just overall another hit for G3. Again, I don't have an original Nefera of any kind, but I definitely really like the way that they interpreted her for this generation. I think she's absolutely beautiful. I love her aesthetic overall. And again, the coloration, the way that it like stands out against the darker skin tone that they gave her, just everything is absolutely stunning. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye.